As we've been telling you in the past week, the University of Regina Students' Union has been evicted from campus. It comes after the university stopped collecting fees from students to fund ERSU after it found out the organization's finances were in bad shape. So what does this all mean for students attending the U of R this upcoming fall? Well, for some answers, we have reached Justin Patrick. He researches educational leadership structures and policies in Canada. He is now an assistant professor at Wenzhou Kean University in China. Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So just how common is it for student unions to get into situations like this?
There are a number of issues with student unions and allegations of financial mismanagement. One notable case that I researched was at the University of Ottawa, and that occurred in the late 2010s. So the university did something very similar to what the University of Regina is doing now. And after this kind of step in the process or the equivalent, the University of Ottawa organized a referendum in which students voted between the old student union to continue using it and a new student union that students from the grassroots had proposed. So the new student union won the referendum and became the new representative body for students on the University of Ottawa campus.
So what steps need to happen now with ERSU that they've been told that they can no longer operate?
I think that the next steps for, the university would be to make sure that whatever happens next, that the students are using their democratic voice to determine what happens, right? So a referendum option like what happened at the University of Ottawa might be one way to do that. And maybe that would involve ERSU having the opportunity to campaign to students, say, here's why you should to stick with us as the organization that represents you, and give students the opportunity to propose ideas for new organizational structures to represent them going forward.
How common is it that a post-secondary institution doesn't have a formal student representative body? Because at least going into fall, that's the way it kind of looks like right now at the U of R.
In Canada, I believe it's very rare. There might be some exceptions, perhaps the Royal Military College of Canada, you might need to fact check that. But usually, democratic representation of students is a long-standing practice in Canada going back over 100 years.
What are some of the risks for students of not having a representative body like ERSU in place, especially as they go back to school?
So there are three main functions of a student union at the post-secondary level in Canada. So the first one, as is likely known, is representation. So if there's ever something where the university and students disagree, students can use their collective voice, their collective resources to advocate for their interests. In Canada, student unions have even been able to challenge governments and other non-student entities in court to just make sure that justice is served in the students' best interests. The second purpose is to provide services, so not having to rely on the university, but the students themselves taking action to improve their experience on campus and to improve their quality of life. So student unions across Canada would run services like food banks, health insurance, subsidized transit programs that could make the difference between whether a student can successfully graduate. The third purpose would be to build a sense of community and to provide high quality extracurricular activities. So going beyond the course curricula to ensure that students can meet their learning goals and needs and do it in a very holistic way and to make sure that the soft skills, the extracurricular opportunities are high quality and also to ensure that there's a sense of community, that students care about one another, care about their campus. So if there is ever a need to take collective action in a serious emergency, students could do so, as they did, for example, in Quebec during the Maple Spring protests.